Howdy y'all, I'm Mickey. As I said in my last video, 2022 was the year of a lot of change and a lot of new things. And looking at my channel going forward in 2023, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to start with that, if I wanted to start completely new, or where I was going to jump off of. And I decided that instead of new, going back and revisiting one of my old video concepts might be fun to try again. See, back in 2019, I released a two-part videos trying to figure out if I was a real, true trans, or if I was just a transtrender. The results from those tests, the two bingo cards, and the checklist were kind of muddled. I didn't get a solid answer. I got a bingo on one card, I didn't on the other. I checked a lot of stuff off on the checklist, but I wasn't 100%. Honestly, it's been 3.5 years and I'm still confused. I need strangers on the internet with their quiz systems to tell me if I am a transtrender. And lucky for me, I found the people online who can help me out. I found these two quizzes online on Quotev, and maybe after completing them I will finally know where I stand. Let's try this first one. Are you a transtrender? Question 1. Do you like being trans? Yeah, I do. It's so good to have finally found myself. No, I'm shunned for it. Neutral, or yep, I think it's fun. Torn between these two here. I guess I'm gonna go with the first one. Next. When did you start questioning your gender? When I first got social media, it was because I was exposed to the concept of transgender for the first time and it made sense to me. When I first got social media, when I first found out what trans was, I've been doing it for a very long time. Someone else came out as trans, I thought, oh, that's something I can do now and it looks fun. At first, I wasn't convinced, but then I found a label that suited me better than the stereotypical, more widespread trans identity. I think we're just going to say a very long time. I had a form of saying I didn't want to be lumped into binary gender concepts when I was like 6, but I didn't start identifying with a gender until after I'd made social media. So yes and no. And I already knew what being trans was prior to social media. That did not introduce me to that concept. Do you think you fully understand the idea of being trans? I don't fully get it, but I identify it as it anyway. I don't get it because my gender is a mess. Me. I did lots of research. No, I can't be bothered to. What do you mean the idea of being trans? What does that mean? I don't know. I'm gonna say my gender's a mess. That's funny. Do you experience euphoria, the opposite of dysphoria, where being treated as your chosen gender makes you happy? Yes, I do. It's very exciting to have everyone treat me like something different from what I'm used to. I do. No, TBH, it feels a little weird. No, I think so. I'm just gonna say I do. I don't know. Does it feel weird when someone addresses you by the right gender? It was fun at first, but after a while it gets slightly uncomfortable. No, that's why it's my right gender. I sort of notice and move on. Nothing feels weird yet. Kind of. But in terms of it feels weird because I'm not used to it in wider real-life social contexts. Like, it's weird when my bosses use the correct pronouns for me because I'm not used to my bosses knowing. But none of those are really an option. I'm gonna say notice. Do you try to pass? Is it possible to pass as non-binary? I cross-dress, so no. I don't care, honestly. I'm gender non-conforming, so I wear what I want as long as it makes my body look more masc or femme, but I still wear things associated with my assigned gender. I try to pass for the sake of convincing others I'm really trans. I'm non-binary and I don't feel the need to bind my chest, really assuming that you're assigned female here. Maybe another thing here on forgetting that non-binary people who are assigned male at birth exist. But that's a wider community problem. Doesn't stop me from being upset when people misgender me. So of course, being misgendered scares the crap out of me. Yeah, of course. I'm non-binary. There's no one way to look non-binary, so I don't personally care. It's still annoying to be misgendered, though. Me, vibes. How much pride do you have? A lot of it. I need to be convincing. Lots. None. A moderate amount. I can't own any due to transphobia. Okay, so like pride merch. How much pride stuff do you have? I have maybe a bit. These are only the trans and non-binary flags, which I had out for a TikTok. Yeah, lots. If you were bullied for being trans, would you stop? Yes, it's not worth it. Yes, but I'd feel horrible. No, never. No, but only to save my pride, TBH. No, I was non-binary, openly non-binary in 2014. Listen. End statement. Do you experience social dysphoria, the discomfort caused by people treating you as your assigned gender? Yes, definitely. Yes, mildly. Only with some things, it's really weird. On some days, I don't feel bad about it, but it definitely doesn't feel right. I really can't tell, honestly. It upsets me because I'm supposed to be trans. It doesn't bother me so much because it reminds me of my assigned gender. It bothers me because people aren't treating me like I'm trans. A mix of yes, definitely, and only with some things, and on some days. Yes, but the level of discomfort that's gonna come from that really varies, depends on how I'm feeling that day. Do you feel body dysphoria? The discomfort of your body in relation to your sex characteristics can be to various degrees. Yes, very strongly. Yes, mildly. Only in some parts of my body. I'd say discomfort is a bit of a strong word in my case. It's more dissociation. That's what got me questioning my identity. I'm not sure, actually. No, not really, and sometimes. I'm gonna say that one. Only some parts. Are you non-binary? If not, press skip. Please explain the relationship with your gender. Skip. I don't have gender because it's a construct. I'm non-binary because I thought it would be fun. I'm non-binary because I'm exploring my identity. I don't want to label myself too quick. I'm non-binary because of dysphoria or euphoria. Other, I'm non-binary because it feels right. I can't put my finger on why. I don't know. It's not, I feel this one about I don't have a gender because it's a construct is leaning more towards people who identify as non-binary because they don't want to identify into social or into the gender binary as a like political choice or a statement. That's not how I feel, but I don't have a gender because I don't understand the construct of gender, among other things. I'm going to say that one because I don't know. Do you think you're trans? Yes, with confidence. Yes. Yeah, it's been fun. TBH, no, I'm just pretending. You're trans. Non-dysphoric trans identities are valid. Euphoria is what makes a person trans. The dysphoria plays a large part in it. Cis person pretending to be trans would feel slightly strange when being addressed as their chosen gender and they wouldn't feel euphoria. A non-dysphoric trans person would feel euphoria and feel slightly strange about being addressed by their assigned gender. That's the difference. Hope this helps. And the description for you might be doing it for attention. You could just become agender. That's what I did when I was 14. Just became agender. It's wild. Contribute to abolishing the social construct called gender. Use only they, them, gender-neutral terms, and not have to tell anyone that you were wrong and start detransitioning because that would be very embarrassing if you're already out. Of course, this is just an online quiz and I haven't really talked to you, so if you want me to talk to me about it, I'd be more than happy to. After I've taken a look at what makes you tick, I may or may not adjust the quiz, as this is made up of everyone's experiences collectively. I like that one, and I like how few people get it, and I feel like getting this option, you'd have to have chosen the options that were clearly like, nah, I'm just faking, I'm having fun, having a laugh. But, okay, so first quiz, I got trans. You got trans. Why did I say it like that? You got trans. But I'm not fully convinced. Not fully convinced. The 8 years being out isn't enough. I got a second quiz. This one, I believe, Storm Ryan did. early last year, which is when I made a note to do this video myself. I haven't watched his, but then obviously I didn't make videos last year, so I'm just now getting around to it a year later. I've had this tab open in my computer for so long. Are you a transtrender? This one's got pictures. What pronouns do you use? He, him, she, her, they, them, ze, them, or ze, zer, she, sir, non-self pronouns like shark, shark, shark self, or flame, flames, flame self, plur, plur, plur self, it, its, or ze, them, or ze, zer. Is this a multi-option? Okay, you can select multiple pronoun sets. That's good at least. I don't use them, but lots of people do. They, them. Which label do you identify with most? Can I select multiple? Is there a multiple option? Yay! Non-binary, agender, genderqueer. I like gender confused. Okay, next. Do you want to physically transition? Maybe HRT, definitely want HRT. Top surgery, bottom surgery, voice training, I don't want to transition. We're gonna bop, bop, bop. Ta-da. Not the red bubble shirt. Which describes how you dress. I wear whatever I want regardless of how it accentuates or hides gendered features. I wear only clothes that make me look more passable. I wear clothes that make me passable, but I love wearing pride flags and showing off that I'm trans. I wear whatever I want with plenty of pride merch. I try to pass, but ultimately don't care. I'm gonna say this one, simply because I'm literally wearing a shirt that I bought because it looks like the trans flag. Be transgender, have invisibility powers. On April 1st, your powers are rendered useless. Oh no. Do you get upset at cis people for being uneducated? Yes, no, only if it's offensive, all the time. They should know better. No, I don't want to draw attention to myself. Caught between these two. It's not bad to be uneducated. You're not born knowing everything all the time, right? Like, it's not your fault for being uneducated, but being offensive and being rude because you don't understand something, that's not okay. I'm gonna say that one. What do you hate being called? Any gendered term, any term that misgenders me. I'm chill, I don't care. Ooh, soft boy, T-girl, waifu, NB, as long as it's not a slur, I'm fine. I feel like this is one of those school quizzes where it's like, be careful if it says all the time, or always, or never. Any gender term isn't accurate, because there are gendered terms I don't mind. And any gender terms would be terms that misgender me. But, like, there are also gendered terms that I don't like. I think I'm gonna vibe more with I'm chill. Do you like how you look? No, I'm very dysphoric. I think I'm pretty. I wish I looked more passable. Yes, no. Right now? Yeah, sure. How did you choose your chosen name? Looked up common names of my gender in my region or language. Took a typical name and changed the spelling. Asked my parents what they suggested. Named myself after a fictional character. Named myself after a plant, place, planet, star sign, etc. Made up a name. Named myself after a relative. It just came to me in a dream. I picked a name I've always liked. I honestly almost named myself Alec when I was young. Fun fact about me, almost named myself after the Mortal Instruments character Alec Lightwood. I didn't. Could you imagine? No, I named myself after a relative. Michael's a family name. What do you do to try and pass? Nothing, I'm in the closet. Nothing, even though I'm out. Lower or heighten my voice. Bind, gaff, wear clothes that make me look more like my gender. Shave, don't shave. I'm gonna say both of the. Oh! I didn't realize that was in a multi-choice. Anyway, both of the bottom options. Wow, look at this! Nope, there's no such thing as transtrenders. There are trans people of all kinds in this world. Feminine, masculine, gender nonconforming, dysphoric, non-dysphoric, euphoric, autistic, allistic, black, white, Asian, indigenous, brown, young, old, fat, thin, disabled, gay, straight, bi, whatever. I did that one in one breath. No two trans people share an exact same experience, and invalidating others based on their journey, their transition, their feelings, and their happiness is hurtful, not helpful. Nobody can tell you you're trans except yourself. You are who you say you are, and nobody can take that from you because of what makes you happy, how you dress, how open you are about your transition, or how much you don't want to talk about it. Aww. In a twist, both of these quizzes were really wholesome at the end. And they brought up great points that I was going to give myself at the end anyway. Transtrenders don't exist. People are not out there in mass lying about being trans for attention or to ruin the trans community. Someone who identifies as trans and then stops identifying that way later on, unless they were actively choosing to lie about it, that's not being a transtrender, that's called questioning. You are the only person who can identify who you are, because only you know how you feel. And while thinking about this video felt a little outdated to me simply because this concept of transmeds going around fighting people they've determined are not trans is not as big of a thing nowadays, at least nowhere near the extent it was a few years ago. I had a transmed come up on my TikTok For You page a couple days ago. In the year 2023, you're still on that? Kinda cringe, TBH. But, whew. These quizzes and the common knowledge that transtrenders do not exist has reassured me that I have not wasted the past near decade of my life being out as non-binary. I'm vibing, secure in who I am, and I hope that you're able to do that as well. Even if you're not able to come out in person right now or transition the way you would like to, if you're still questioning who you are, who you might be, know that I and a community of incredible people with similar experiences and feelings are here to support you along the way. You are not alone. Well, the sun has set. My flags are still vibing, and I've once again reassured my position as me. It's a pretty good position to be, I'd say. Being yourself. It's pretty cool. Who knows, maybe years down the line, I'll find a new way of checking to see whether or not I passed the real trans test. Whether my gender will stand the test of time. Or maybe the concept of transtrenders will be even more relevant then than it is now. One can hope. And who knows. For now, this is it. Ciao.